In this little lesson, we're going to take a look at how to play harmonics on the guitar. Harmonics sound like this. But before launching into a technical demonstration, it may help to understand just how harmonics work and why they work more easily at some frets than at others. When you pick an open string, it's free to vibrate along its whole length, all the way from the bridge to the nut. And this produces whatever note that we've tuned that string to. In this case, the note A, vibrating at 110 times a second. When we just touch the string at exactly the halfway point between the bridge and the nut, a point which is where the 12th fret is set on the guitar, and pick the string, we get a note that is exactly one octave higher than the open string. So in this case, that's A vibrating at 220 times a second. The same A that we would get at the 2nd fret on the G string. And this is because we've effectively split the string into 2 equal lengths, each exactly half the length of the open string. And the laws of physics dictate that when a vibrating string is halved in length, it vibrates at twice the frequency. Similarly, if we touch the string at the 7th fret and pick it, we've divided the vibrating length of string into 3 equal parts, each vibrating at 3 times the frequency that the open string vibrates at. So that's 330 hertz, or 330 times a second, which produces the note E, which happens to be a fifth above the note A that we get from the open string. You can check this by comparing the note at the 7th fret harmonic on the A string with the open E top string. You can hear they make the same pitch. And in a later lesson, we'll show you how to use this as part of a super accurate manual tuning system. Finally, if we play a harmonic at the 5th fret, we get a higher sounding A note. Not really surprising if we consider that the 5th fret is where we've divided the string into 4 equal parts. And of course, each of those parts will be vibrating at 4 times the frequency of the open string. So this note produces the same pitch as the note we get when we play the top string fretted at the 5th fret. And this is A 440, A vibrating at 440 times a second. And this is the internationally recognized reference for what we call standard pitch. That's why sometimes on your electronic tuner, you'll see the note A equals 440 hertz if it's calibrated to standard pitch. So that's a brief explanation of how harmonics work. Now let's take a closer look at how to produce them. If you're new to this, then the best place to start is at the 12th fret. And the exact positioning of the finger can be quite important. So when you actually play a note at the 12th fret, you're used to putting your finger just behind the fret, like that. But when you play a harmonic, you want to have your finger right over the fret wire, so you shift it up the fretboard a little bit. Like most aspects of guitar playing, your ability to play harmonics consistently will only come after experimentation and practice. Whilst the exact position of the finger is probably the most important factor, the other 2 factors that influence the actual sound of the harmonic are how firmly you touch the string and how quickly you whip the finger off the string after you've played the harmonic. So if you press the string quite firmly and leave the finger on there, you get a relatively dull harmonic. If you want your harmonics to really ring out, you perhaps want to touch a little lighter and whip the finger off the instant you pick it. To get that more bell-like sound. And it helps to pick the string reasonably hard. So I've got the pick there with my finger right behind it to give it a bit of strength, and I'm picking upwards. If we pick lighter, we can still get a harmonic, but it's rather a quieter sound. Once you're getting consistently good results at the 12th fret, try getting some harmonics at the 7th fret and at the 5th fret. Each responds slightly differently, and you may find you have to fine-tune your technique to get the best out of each position. Once you're confidently playing harmonics on the individual strings, then experiment with strummed harmonics like this. In the next lesson in this series, we'll take a look at some specific applications of how we can use harmonics to ornament both lead and rhythm guitar playing. I look forward to seeing you then.